Now we live. Now we live. Now it's recording. So
yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
This is a -0 episode. We have no video. We were trying to do the video today.
You would not be seeing me look like this in no video, though.
We were trying to do the video. We had technical difficulties. My video switcher decided to die after one use in the past year. I used it one time. And today he said, I don't want to work anymore. So we got another one on the way.
2 times.
So this is going to go on a Patreon.
Perhaps.
Scenes. Behind the scenes. Under the scenes.
Under the scenes.
Under the scenes. No video. So this is not an official release. But it's still like a dry run. Audio only dry run. It can be on the Patreon. $3. For $3.33 a month, you can sponsor a married couple. What can we do with $3? You can buy taquitos.
a beverage.
You can buy taquitos.
Yes. No, you can't even buy holistic juice.
You can buy a lighter for the cigars. First 10 people to sign up to the Patreon, we're gonna get a surprise.
That's we haven't figured out the surprise,
$33
right?
a month.
We haven't figured out the surprise yet.
No, we get 30. That's $33 a month for us. So that's balling. That's big time.
Huh?
$3 times 10. That's $30.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know where you're heading with that.
$30. That's what can we buy with $30 a month? A red Bugatti.
Yeah.
I want a red Bugatti.
That's the first time I ever heard you say that.
Like that.
I didn't know that you liked it.
That's like
fancy cars.
Cherry apple red.
Ooh, I like the way it sounds.
Metallic cherry apple red.
That's your favorite color too, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So it sounds good.
Sounds great. Love it. It's crisp. It's cookie crisp. Because of his crisp.
I need to hit up.
You're supposed to complete me, babe.
I need to hit up the weed.
That's your movie.
The weed cookie person. What movie?
Because if it's crisp.
What?
Because if it's crisp.
Because if it's crisp.
Yes. Fill in the blank.
I don't know that movie.
Because if it's crisp.
It's crunchy?
No, we gonna jam.
We gonna jam?
Yeah, from Black Knight.
I don't know all those like.
Ah, come on.
I know some. I didn't know that part.
Okay. Well, now you won't forget it.
I like when the head rolls and it's real head and the king is killing the villagers over vegetables.
The king is killing over vegetables.
Yeah. I didn't know that part. What was I saying?
I don't know. Yeah, we need to pull a card and have a topic.
Nah, fuck that.
Oh.
We're done with that game.
Oh, no. We can choose.
You want to talk about the date we had yesterday?
We had an amazing date yesterday. We had like a negative tried run of it. And it went south.
We're not talking about that.
Okay.
No, we're not. It didn't go south. It shot unbeknownst. We still got it. Maybe it could be.
Let's put a clip in.
5 years from now, I could do that. Maybe 5 years from now, we could release that whole thing, unedited. After we're established.
There's a lot.
And everyone loves us.
Oh no.
Then they can hate us or I don't know.
All right.
Pick sides.
So yesterday,
it was a Monday date.
Of the Monday date, which is perfect for me because I don't work on Mondays. And he surprised me by taking me to downtown Norfolk at this place called Sky Norfolk. Look them up on Instagram. Whoop whoop. It's a beautiful, I guess, way to surprise a loved person by giving them a nice view of the city on an upper level. And
16th floor.
16th floor, and it's decorated with roses and rose petals, and there's a dining area for you. Well, the one we picked, I'd have different spaces for different types of groups, but the couples decor
room A, I think it was.
It was really nice, really intimate, and They had the music playing, the playlist, the love songs. It was a very diverse playlist.
Mm-hmm.
How can I supposed to live without you?
They had Celine Dion too in there.
Yeah. And it was really nice, and it was definitely a surprise. And he ordered food, and they brought the food to us. We had that and dessert, and then
there was a card game.
And yes, and
for the
then
devil.
there was a card game there called what was it called?
Connecting
couples. Yeah, card deck. So it's just a card deck, and it was on the table. So I'm like, okay, that was a great idea to have that, because it gives you're not just staring at each other in the face, or you're not just going on your phone. It kind of gives you something to do. We
had topics to discuss. I had plans for discussion.
He wanted to talk about the podcast, and we talk about stuff like this all the time. So I wanted to do something different, and I was feeling romantic, definitely put you in the mood with the candles everywhere and stuff and the music playing. So I was like, hey, let's see what these cards are about. Let's be in the mood, let's be in the present. And so we started asking each other questions that the cards were asking. And so you would ask the question to your partner, and then they would answer it, and then vice versa. And do you want me to talk about like what the difference was between the cards, like doing it here and there? It's like in a relationship standpoint.
Well, yeah, talk about how when you ask me questions,
because and
I don't answer them.
Mm-hmm, that's you said it. So usually our dynamic, us together, and we're just like chilling in the bedroom or chilling on the couch or something, and I'll ask him a question like, basic women question, like, so how do you, how'd you feel when blah, 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 or how do you feel about me? Or when I had said this, like, what do you think?
I don't like to open up.
He doesn't like, I don't like to say open up. It's just,
pause.
I don't know why when I ask him, Patreon, delete member story.
Stop.
You said it.
I don't know why I said it.
I didn't say nothing about no Miami and opening up.
No, we can't put this. Stop.
Anyway, when we're home, okay, let's speed this up. When we're home, I ask him a question. He be bugging. He just don't answer the freaking question. He'll like literally act like I didn't say anything out my mouth. Like I'm looking at you in the face. I'm like, hey, how do you feel? Blah, blah, blah. And he'll literally not say anything at all. I'm like, bro, did you hear me just ask you a question? And excuse Adonis in the background. He's playing with his toy. Elite member.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing Adonis.
Hey, you want to do that now, bro?
It's whatever. So what was dope was that when we had the cards, these are some of the similar questions that I would ask him randomly at home, and he wouldn't answer. So when I was afraid or just like kind of cautious about playing it with him, because I felt like he would just like have his guard up and not answer it. And so
I wanted to. So
when he started answering, I had my defense up because I'm used to him not answering. I was trying to like make it easier for him, trying to like coax him into it. But then eventually like he started answering the questions like openly, honestly.
The
he
environment
explained
was supportive.
Yeah, setting.
It was nice.
It felt like
we were dressed nice.
And that was another reason why I didn't want to go to therapy as well. Like, not saying that we have any issues, but just to help with communication and like things that we just having a third party. Like having that third party is really important. And then now I feel better about going to therapy because I know that it would be beneficial. And you'd open up more, and I really appreciate it. And it really made me like
I don't know. That
feel.
Might not be true.
It made me feel really good. And then there was some cards in there that threw us for a loop, and had us a little more emotional than we intended to get from a card deck.
Straight vulnerable.
And then he like chucks the cards. He's like, "We're not playing this no more. we're not playing these cards no more." And then we picked it back up, and then we hit another soft spot. But the dope part about that was that it just made me feel better about the relationship. Mm-hmm. It kind of like brought it to like not another level.
We learned
like, it wasn't
some
like
new stuff about each other.
It didn't really. It's not like another level. It was just like an appreciation for our dynamic in the relationship, And
I mean, we about to be married 5 years.
yeah, I
Let's-
mean, that
let's
to me,
tell-
that's
let's-
not a lot. That's not long at all.
I mean, it's not short either.
Yeah.
Let's
But-
let the people know. Like we're not. This is not a new relationship.
Yeah, we're not at all.
No.
And
How
then
many
we-
years has it been?
But since-
5 years.
Since 2018?
16.
No, 17.
16. I mean, for
No.
me, it was 2016.
He been locked in since
2017.
we first even opened up to each other. He been locked in.
Anyway, at least was it for
I
at least 7-8 years.
I'm the one that be
Married
taking forever.
5.
Yes.
Probably boyfriend girlfriend for like 2, 3 something.
Tell the audience how long we were engaged for.
All right, let me see. So he got engaged on your birthday, and then was it July, August, September, October, November? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 5 months.
4 months. He tried to elongate it. We got engaged, July 17th?
On your birthday. Your birthday, July
What's
19th.
up? My birthday is not July 19th.
I know. Okay. We don't want to talk about your birthday. That's PII. We're not putting PII out there.
Okay.
Private information. It don't matter.
Okay, whatever.
It was in July.
Yes.
It was in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And I proposed. But I like the date. We got married fast because I wanted 11/11.
Yeah. It could have been the next year after planning.
Too much.
But
Nah. That's too much.
no, he knows. I think he
What? You think what?
you were
Say-
trying to lock it down.
Whatever.
You were trying to lock it down because you
Locked.
know how I am, and I'm very like.
It's locked.
I tiptoe it.
But that's not the reason. I really like the date that we chose.
I know, but it didn't have to be in 4 months. It could have been a year and 4 months, or
The year was better though. The year was better too. It was all odd numbers.
that's not why.
It's numbers. It's a numbers game.
Okay, well, yeah, and then yeah. So
And no.
Go ahead.
It's better that we did because November 2020, nobody was doing nothing.
we didn't know that. Yeah. It was
We
the
couldn't
year.
have done. We
That's
couldn't travel.
Kind of true.
I mean, I don't know how that would have affected that.
But we still got like we didn't go to a public place anyway to get married. We got married by the guy
Still.
because you wanted to get it
courts.
was Veterans Day.
Shit was locked down. Courts like paperwork probably would have been slowed down. Like it probably would have been
true that.
ass. So we got married in November of 2019. If we waited a year, 2020, November 2020,
Yeah,
COVID bullshit.
we would have been engaged for longer. You know, people are engaged for.
I don't care.
How long people are engaged for?
I don't know.
Like you.
What's
you
the average? Let's look it up.
look up the average of
The average engagement.
like a year.
That's average?
Yeah, because if you're planning a wedding, like you have to like set the date. You have to let people know like way ahead of time, especially if it's gonna be like a destination wedding or like if people have to fly from out of town. And like it's a process and it takes work. You wanted to elope.
15 months.
See, a year. And change.
15 months
That would have been us.
is the average.
That would have been us.
Well, it didn't happen that way. So we got 5 years this November.
Lock it down.
So yeah, we still learn about each other. We still feel like I still feel like
I feel brand new.
yeah, it's still like new. You know what I'm saying? We're not to that point, or we're not gonna get to that point,
Ever.
or we're not at that. I'm sick of you.
Oh my God, I can't. I
face.
will never be in a relationship where I feel like that. I would
Thanks.
not be in it at all. Like I'm addicted to
Like I can't stand you.
I'm addicted to the honeymoon effect. I like the feeling of getting to know someone and those butterfly feelings, and I always constantly want to do my best. Is it still recording? Yeah. I always want to do my best or encourage him to do his best to keep that alive, like kissing each other before we leave, kissing each other when we come home, greeting each other like constantly, or just
Make
spending
sure that-
little moments like when I think about him, and let's say, you want to say
You made
like
sure that-
you work from home, that I make sure I go in there and like give him a kiss or say hi or, wave at each other. Like just a little, just like the constant connection, that, hey, I'm here. I love you.
And that's important. I think that's making it better because in the beginning, we could talk about in the beginning,
We were a
we had-
train wreck.
we had many struggles and difficulties, like most couples probably. And it depends how you overcome those struggles. But
That is true.
I was a very different person than I am today. You was a very different person than you are today.
Coming from the different
We might have been
relationship
stuck
dynamics.
in our. What is he doing? He's trying to look at something.
Yeah.
He's trying to jump up there and look, but he can't.
Because
He's fine. In the beginning, what was I was talking about?
You were ridiculous in the beginning, and
yeah,
you were coming from different
getting
situations.
sick of people, or like being aggravated or annoyed to the point where you can't stand somebody, you can't look at them, you can't listen, you can't hear them. You can't stand to be in their presence.
Yeah.
There's people that are married like that. They can't stand to be around each other, or not even married but together, and it's like they got kids maybe, or whatever is financial situation keeping them together, and it's like they, short of hating each other, maybe they hate each other, and they just dealing with each other.
Yeah.
That's not.
I don't know. Like, please, like, I would really love to hear from someone who is in that situation and just to tell me why you're still there.
They're gonna have a reason. They're gonna justify it some way.
Like, I can't afford to live by myself. Like, because I don't want to be alone. Well, I think anything is mendable if it's just like a personality thing, or you're just tired of the way they eat and breathe, and maybe you just need a personal vacation. But I just don't understand how people can be in those situations, and I don't know. I don't know how people can stay in jobs that making them sick. Like, how are you doing that to yourself? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's a free freaking world. There's so many options out there.
You know what? Someone would say, well, it's easy for you to say your life is perfect. Or,
I make my life.
No, go ahead. I
don't want to say perfect, but I need happiness in my life. I need to do things that make me happy. And if I don't, like, I will go crazy, and I don't like feeling depressed. I don't like feeling sorry or feeling stuck and
helpless.
I will do whatever I have to do to make myself happy. And that includes fixing a relationship, changing a job, changing my environment, changing my outlook on life. Like, you have to change for things to change. And I mean, like, I don't.
Bars.
Hey, you have to change for things to change.
The number one constant. Wait, how's it go?
Is change.
Yeah, the number one constant in the universe is change. I might be saying that backwards.
And just evolution. Like, don't you want to be better?
Let's do this. Let's talk about our goal for this podcast.
The goal,
even though we may have to repeat.
I have. Do we have a mutual goal, or we're just talking about it individually?
We could talk about individually and then mutually.
Because this freaking earbuds keep falling out of my
clamp
ears.
them. This is supposed to bend. You could clamp.
Okay.
This bends. We could talk about our individual goals for this podcast, and then maybe a combined mutual.
I just had a vision.
Even though we may have to do it again because this is not official release.
Okay, but I just had a vision.
Go ahead.
All right. So, and not necessarily end goal, because there's no such thing. Where I see myself, where I feel like I feel successful. It's better now.
Clamp too.
I don't know what you mean by that.
This bends like that.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, that feels more secure. Thank you. I had a vision, and as soon as you said that, I pictured us like this, still saying, kind of like those guys, they call them like womanizers or whatever. Those guys,
fresh and fit.
Like
podcast people. They don't know how to talk about them.
Well, I'm just saying because that scene popped into my head where Miami. It was like Miami, high rise, windows, floor to ceiling windows overlooking the ocean and the freaking downtown or wherever. Correct. Having a podcast where we're making money. I mean, I'm still going to do, my passion because that's just my love. But like doing this on the side with you, making money from it, changing lives, inspiring people, making people happy, and, merchandising and maybe even manuals or whatever the case is. But we are being a voice for having, maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Or constantly attempting to,
in a positive relationship,
and then I just see us up there like that.
I think there's a lot of negativity in the world, especially on social media, We got the male versus female stuff. We got, you know, the constant, I call it propaganda of marriage hating. You know, oh, I'm not gonna marry, or I'm not trying to marry. You know, like the whole marriage hating thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of negativity, and people are very influential, especially the generations coming up under us. You know, they're born into this technological world of social media. Like when we were coming up, we didn't have this. You know what I'm saying? So imagine being born to where everybody's thoughts and opinions and ideas are out there for the free fall.
There's a lot of influence. I know that we had family and friends that had negative influence on us, but the impact wasn't as
it's a lot of gook out there. And you know, this like my son, you know, he's going to be 13. We shield him now, you know, for the most part. He got a phone, but he got no social media.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're going to cross that bridge with him, but I can't just imagine, like, he's influential, so I can't imagine him seeing all the junk about, you know, the passport bros or the what's it called, the women, the gold digging women, and all that rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? It's poison. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this show, hopefully, is a positive thing. You know, we talk about our relationship, ways we overcome our issues, our problems, work through things,
and it's
share with people.
And it's in a down to earth way, because we're very much toxic in our own ways, if you will. We joke around, we argue, we get crazy, we get spicy.
This thing is not perfect.
We get zesty.
You get spicy. You real spicy.
Which is funny, because a lot of people don't see that side of me, because, you know, it's just for my loved ones, really, people that I'm comfortable with,
We get the wrath.
But it's because I love you, and, you know, we all have boundaries, and we all have ways that we like to be talked to, and things that we want to get out of life. And if it's not happening, then there could be a problem. But I think that, like, it's just not a frou positive, because when you hear positive, sometimes you think, like, you know, like spiritual or like preachy, but it's not preachy. It's just bare black and white. Do what makes you happy and stop freaking suffering. And
I'll be honest, it might get preachy. I'll be the preachy type person. I might get on that soapbox sometimes.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it's kind of in my lane.
Yeah, and I might get in my little, you know, spiritual, you know, things sometimes.
But the future is here.
Is the future?
Everybody is going online, sharing themselves, putting themselves on. So I think we should have more positive, influential people than what's really being pushed and promoted right now. And the real question is it organic, or is it agenda specific? Because it's like,
what do you mean, other people?
Like when trash gets put out, right? Is it because humans, society, like, we like to see that, so we share it more so than positive stuff?
It's that. But actually, that's why the news exists, and the news is showing what it's showing, is because of the emotional impact that it has on you, and drama and controversy, like conflict. People feed off of that. It's like freaking loose.
Well, why though? Why are, I'm not gonna say we, because we're not. I don't think I am. But why?
Well, sometimes
are
there's like a little
majority? Yeah. Well, this Drake, like, think about this beef, this hip hop thing. Like, I'm not attached to it at all.
Me either.
I don't even listen to anything. I don't even care.
Me either.
So that could be a sign of my ascension, so to speak, in that regard. Because I don't care. Drake, Kendrick, who else? Chris Brown, like all of them.
Wait.
A couple years ago, I would have been all up in it.
Yeah, because you're like into like rap.
I was into Pusha T and Drake.
Yeah.
You know, back and forth.
But what did catch me, that whole Cassie situation, like, I was all over that. Now I'm like, I don't care what's happening with Diddy now. And
yeah.
But
that's not necessarily. So that news piece to me is not necessarily toxic. It's more like injustice being, or
okay. Yeah.
You know, a wrong being corrected or being exposed.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm here for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, it's not toxic. Like, okay, something bad was happening. People are coming out, whistleblowers, whatever the case, and they're exposing evil. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
I'm here for that.
Right.
And I think we need more of that too, exposing evil. But when it comes to like the toxic stuff, the things that doesn't really help anybody. It just poisons your mind. We share it. We bring the energy down. You know, you scrolling and you got all this negativity stuff. It's like it brings your energy down. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's speaking of like social media and then what you view. Like it's very much catered to how you are already thinking, because when I'm scrolling my feed and my algorithm, if you will, I don't see crazy stuff. I see like funny stuff because I love laughing. I see inspirational stuff because it gets me by, spiritual stuff because I'm into it. So like you can always change it too. Like every time I go on my phone, like it's always blah 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 drama. Like you can switch that up real quick by seeking out things that motivate you and liking it, sharing it, and that changes. And that's also the same way you do it in life too. Change the circle, change the people that are around you, and it changes your path in life. And then all of a sudden you're living in this different world because you're changing their input.
You touched on the secret there, the law of attraction. That shit's real. You know, a lot of people.
It is.
There's this thing called, or they're trying to make this a thing, toxic positivity, and they're trying to say people that talk about, you know, law of attraction, the secret, all this, all the time, or always thinking positive, like that's toxic positivity. And I feel like they're trying to turn people off to that way of thinking. Like, first off, you put toxic in front of anything, it's supposed to bring it down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's an oxymoron. There's no such thing as toxic positivity. There could be there could be toxic naivety, I believe, you know. But if you're thinking positive and you believe those things can work for you, law of attraction, you know, power of self. If you believe it, it's gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and sometimes when you see stuff like that, you really need to like have an inner dialogue with yourself. Like, does this make sense to me? Because sometimes people will say things and then you attach yourself to it, and then that becomes like your new Bible. It's like, it's just someone else's idea. Like, it doesn't mean that it's true for you or that it's true, period. Just because you're reading something doesn't mean that it's real.
There's a lot of bullshit out there. Use your own discernment. Use your own mind. Think for yourself.
That's a tattoo that I want to get. I might get that when I have my little visit.
Realize.
No, I
realize.
You don't hate those.
We could do an episode on stupid sayings.
Gosh, it really irks me. Like this talking about cringe.
I hate.
Oh my God, those little, I don't know what they're called. Those little sayings like really gets me. Anyway, this tattoo that I want to get, it's called "Live How You Think, Not by What You've Been Told." And that, I mean, there's controversy in that because a lot of things that we think or come from environmental situation, but sometimes you do need to, you have your own core values, you have what you want to believe in. Don't let anything outside of you alter that, especially if you're already doing good. If you like your life and you're doing good, don't let anything outside of you influence you that you should be thinking differently.
That's a bar. What's the other one? There's one that I hate, that I can't stand. Have your cake and eat it too. There's the most obnoxious.
But where it came from is funny. Patreon elite member.
Have your cake and eat it too?
Well, yeah, how that started.
The actual saying?
No, how it started with you and why you don't bend towards that saying.
It's just stupid because you're supposed to eat cake. I know.
But you know what it's supposed to mean, though.
No, I know what people say it means.
Yeah.
But logically in my brain, it still doesn't compute.
It doesn't make sense. Okay. You just mean the saying, period. Yeah.
You would have to have something instead of cake. What is something that you're not supposed to eat? Put that in and replace it of cake. It'll make sense. But if you're talking about cake, cake's supposed to get ate. So what the fuck are we talking about?
Have your cake and eat it too. Right?
I just lost you.
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
That's right
You
here.
talked away from the mic.
I think that was just over here.
Yeah.
You know what it means. Even though, like, just word for word, listening to
and then
it
the
is
other one,
silly.
The grass isn't always greener on the other side. That's one I hate too.
Because
I hate that one because
it can be.
Grass cannot not only be greener, you can have better soil over there. And I love saying that because that's my rebuttal to that every time.
Yeah.
You could water. For instance, we don't have this problem anymore.
Right.
Our front lawn was fucked. We had fungus, mushrooms, ants.
They took out the dirt. They took out the good soil. How about that? They took out the good soil, and it was pretty much on sand.
Right. It was an issue. And we watered the fuck out of it.
Yes.
And it just got worse. So I don't know what you're talking about. But our backyard is straight. You know what I'm saying? So the grass greener shit, I hate that saying too. It's just one of those things. It's like, don't say that to me. Yes, there's virtue in watering your own grass. But again, there's soil. There's foundation that has to be present. And if it's not present, you're watering bullshit.
Psychologically, I think that it's interesting that both of those sayings usually refer to like a relationship issue. Have your cake, eat it too. Like, you can't have me and somebody else, or like grass not green on the other side. You leaving, just because you leave doesn't mean you're going to be happy. So those are like kind of negative.
Yeah, they're tied to some relationship, but the way my interpret is it can be anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the grass is greener on the other side if you feel that it is.
Bar. That's a t-shirt. As we do this and we
right.
say dope things. We need a notepad.
I got three for O right now.
I got some too.
I'm just playing.
We need to make notes, and that's gonna be a shirt. It's gonna be a hat. It's gonna be something. But yes, the grass ain't greener. I hate that.
Yeah, because okay. Speaking of like with jobs, because it's more relatable. Like if you're not happy at a job and you keep putting yourself into it, means you keep watering it and nothing is growing. You're not prospering. You're not getting paid the money you want to get paid. You're miserable. You hate being there. Blah blah blah. And you have a vision like, oh, what if I quit my job and start a business?
Mm-hmm. That could
the water that's hella green.
It's
not saying the transition is going to be easy, but you can do better. Like that's the thing, you can always do better. So,
and that's two totally different soil foundations.
Yeah.
But the job is, somebody paying you to forget about your dream and to work for them.
Yeah.
And to elevate them. Going in for business for yourself is elevating yourself and all that. So those are not comparables, like apples and oranges. So there's certain things that I hate that don't make sense. Mm-hmm. Why don't you realize? Wait, I gotta say it right. Let's break this down. Let me start from the front. Mm-hmm. What don't you like about realize? What's your gripe with that?
It's just like, I don't know. Like, maybe I knew in the beginning and then I just got so fed up with it that I just forgot initially why I hated it. Maybe someone said it and I just didn't like, I don't know. To me, it's just corny, and it's like telling a bad joke. And I understand what's real eyes. So like, it's pretty much, I like real recognize real. Game recognize game.
Yeah.
That's dope to me. Real eyes. Like you're saying the same thing, three different, but it's supposed to be like quirky and smart because you're saying different words and they all sound alike. It's just too much going on. It's too much going on.
Tatted on themselves.
And
too.
it's like the people who probably say it are people that I'm not interested in being friends with.
People that say that be lying.
Or just like people that just have attitude problems all the time. I just can't. I can't stomach it. There's another one that you say, and he says it to bother me. There's another one that's like kind of the same thing that I just like despise.
What is it?
Like if someone has that tattooed on them,
no regrets.
I'm sure if someone has that tattooed on them, and they're an interesting individual.
How long has it been? The time we see over
there? Where do I find that out?
It's on the
34
bottom, right?
minutes.
Okay. So yeah, that's what this is gonna be about. This podcast, we're gonna just be real, talking about
debunking stupid statements.
Talk about our marriage, talk about relationship, and we're gonna be taking questions. So if you got a question, a relationship question, a life path question,
maybe we'll answer it.
If we pick it and we answer it, we shout you out.
Oh, is that that's the Patreon thing, right?
It could be Patreon
to answer questions.
Mm-hmm. It could be on here too.
There's some water in them clouds.
And if we ever go live, one day, people could write questions in real life or real time.
Realize.
Realize. Realize. I'm trying to think of the other one that you were saying that I say all the time.
It'll come up. It'll show its evil head.
I'll probably say it later tonight when it comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I got my bladder screaming.
Yo, I was just thinking about that. I was like, I have to go to the bathroom.
I started a water diet again. I'm on a water fast for 7 days. This is day 1. Actually, this is day 2. And I did it before. It was just 3 days. I made it through. And for some reason, this first day is a lot easier than the first day of that one. So I think I'm going to be all right.
Well, it's
6 more
more
days.
like a liquid diet.
Liquid water, mostly water with vitamins and some nutrients. You got to get your nutrients, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm trying to eat fruit every day for reasons, elite patron reasons.
Wait, what reason?
It's elite patron reason.
Elite?
Yeah.
Oh, explicit reason?
Elite member.
Check out the Patreon. Patreon.com/Lucid Perspective. Right now we got 1 tier.
What the heck? Do you think that that we could have this podcast going and then we can talk about all the things we want to talk about, X-rated, whatever, and then you cut it out and just put it on the elite? I just keep saying elite member because that
what
lady.
You want to call it?
Elite member.
It should be something like with wordplay around being lucid or perspective, like visionary or something. Like the first one could be like you got no eyes, real eyes.
Oh, please, God, no.
The second one could be real eyes.
No.
The third tier could be real eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus. No.
I think that's dope.
I don't think it's dope. I think it's silly.
I think that's
and
super
we
dope.
need to go back to the drawing board.
All right, we'll revisit that. But I'm leaning towards that because I think
We're
it's
not.
dope. Those are the 3 tiers right there.
Why can't
Real eyes.
Babe. Jesus.
Hear me out though.
I heard you the first time.
All right. I'll just put it on. I'll put it up there, then you can look at his. Tell me how you feel.
I already don't like it. It's a no for me, dog.
All right.
What the heck?
What is that?
No, I had this clipped to my.
Yeah, so it's good. This is going to drop every Sunday at around 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on Rumble. We're going to be on, those are for the video platforms, and Facebook for the video platforms. And then as far as like the audio podcast, it's going to be Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Odyssey, all the regular, podcast platforms. We're going to be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just and whenever you see us, please like, share, subscribe, all the things.
Yeah,
It's going to be pretty dope.
if you want to share it, I mean, no pressure.
That'll be dope. Or
No
we'll
pressure.
cut out clips too. Or if you want to share sections of it, please do that. Cut it out, chop it up, however you want.
Oh, you can do that with this because this is just audio; it's not video. So you could like take out a section of this and like put it over our picture.
Yeah, and tag us.
then
We are on Instagram is Lucid Perspective.
when we dropping them bizarres.
TikTok, it's at Lucid Perspective 111. YouTube is Lucid Perspective 111. Facebook is Lucid Perspective, and then we got our personal Instagrams and TikToks.
Yeah,
and all.
my mine's private, so.
What the fuck is this? There's something flying in my face. Get out of here. But yeah, this is -0. No video.
Oh, okay.
Working on
I
the
was
video.
like, why?
Am I
Like,
closing
what
out
does
too soon?
-0 mean?
Oh, it's like the first episode before the first episode.
Okay.
Anything you want to close out with for the people, for your fans, the millions upon millions?
What up? Come back and see us.
That's nice. We gotta have like a closing line or something.
Yeah,
We
we'll
gotta
work on that.
We gotta think of a way to open. Oh, we didn't do shot o'clock.
We didn't do well. We're not gonna do shot. Well, you gotta go pick up Giovanni. Oh crap! I'm supposed to say his name.
That's okay.
Um,
No, yeah, we gotta do shot o'clock. So shot o'clock. Let's talk about shot o'clock. It's gonna be every 15 minutes.
Wait, what? Oh, maybe tonight. You have to go to the ABC store on your way back or there.
So shot o'clock is when we record. We're gonna set a timer maybe for like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Every 5 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. Maybe
Every 10
I
minutes.
could do that.
I can do it too.
Every 11 minutes.
Oh.
Oh.
Every 11 minutes when we start, It's gonna be shot o'clock, and we take a shot,
And then
and then you'll see how reckless we get towards like the hour,
An
the first hour,
argumentative.
in 60 minutes, we'll see the progression of 11
of ridiculousness.
Nah, it's gonna be respectful.
Yeah, what I think is dope is that, maybe when we do that, we can go live. I mean, of course, it'll be saved footage, but we can go live, and then people can come on and take a shot with us. We can like invite people. Can you invite people like stream?
Yeah.
Stream
Well, like to come on?
Yeah. Oh, their face?
We got to set it up. It can be set up to do that.
Okay. Well, we can just have people take a shot, and then they can let us know that they ready to take a
Every
shot on the
11
11th minute.
But drink
maybe
responsibly. Okay.
Right. But where else would they be? They would be at home. Is there can there be like a shot o'clock timer on the bottom?
It could be
Like where it's like 11 minutes?
All that can be, yes.
Countdown?
Yes. I am the technical video graphic person.
Yeah.
That's
No,
easy.
I was just asking to see if that was possible. You said it is, so let's go.
11 minutes,
Let's
shot o'clock
go.
going down. We could even talk about the drinks or have specials, or maybe I like boom,
The drinks?
Boom boom.
Well, we're not going to mention anything that we're drinking because we're not being sponsored.
Until they pay us, right?
Right. But if you want, well, we're not going to be at it right now. We're not going to be at a point where someone is going to want to be in it right now because
Yes,
what is it to them?
We'll have people joining
Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about where freaking Tito's or whatever sponsors us or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It depends how much they're talking.
But that'll be dope. First, to have the bottle. We're consenting adults.
Mm-hmm.
Have the bottle, and then we do our shot o'clock with
responsibly.
Weber or people that are coming out with their own tequila or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case is. For us to put you on for that and some merch.
Yeah, it's going down. So
We'll get there.
I gotta pee.
Okay.
I'm about to explode.
We're gonna close out now. Thank you so much for joining us and
Boom.
listening to us.
We out. You gotta hit the stop recording.
Okay. Oh my God.
They have different size ones if you want to change the thing on here.
No, it's fine. I just need to get used to it. Bye.